farther out at sea. And Hannah, I know you like the water. What would you do if you saw a big old whale swimming beside you?
Whew, I do, but I think my heart would start racing just a little bit.
Yeah, at least those whales don't look as scary. I've seen videos of like killer whales swimming beside to check out what's going on. That would totally freak somebody out.
He must have the GoPro on his head, because if I were holding it, I think I wouldn't get the shot.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Daniel. Now on your news at 6, more close encounters with gators in Brunswick County. Plus, the latest on the trial of a deadly officer-involved shooting. And with recent fires in Brunswick County, manpower of the volunteer fire department is a growing concern. But first, Scott, what's going on with the weather?
Well, we had some showers earlier on, Hannah, but things have cleared out. In fact, we're seeing some sunshine across the area with some scattered clouds. Looking across the Cape Fear River, there's that area of showers moving away, but more are in the forecast. I'll let you know how it could affect your weekend plans. WWAY News Channel 3 at 6 starts right now.
Live, local, interactive. You are watching WWAY News Channel 3 at 6.
Thanks for joining us for your news at 6. I'm Hannah Patrick. Mackenzie Henderson has the night off. This week, we've been following fires in Brunswick County. Those take up lots of resources, including people, many who volunteer to keep us safe. Many don't realize the majority of firefighters in not only our area, but the country are volunteer. WWAY's Madison Morgan has more on local volunteer fire departments and the changes they're seeing. It's the big story at 6.
I think that there's nothing more powerful than a heart of a volunteer.
When William Ivey is not dividing his time between being a dad and a cable technician, he's busy helping his community as a volunteer firefighter.
It's not for the show or whatever, what everybody thinks it is or whatnot. It's something when you come out here and help somebody.
Departments across the country are seeing a decline in volunteers like Ivy. According to the National Volunteer Fire Council, the number of volunteers has declined by 12% since 1984. Volunteer Fire Chief Doug Todd says training, as well as flexibility with full-time jobs, are keeping volunteers away.
There's a lot of training demands that's put on the volunteers as far as trying to get the hours they need to be able to do what we need them to do.
Todd says changes in the economy have also impacted departments.
Most businesses have a limited amount of staff. They're getting by with the number of people they need to be able to work. So it's hard to let anybody off to come volunteer their time to go answer a call.
A call like this one that shut down a major highway in Brunswick County.
Then it seems like here lately you get another call and another station's having to run so that they need it.
But for Ivy, it's a labor of love, putting in 4 to 6, sometimes more hours a week.
I go to work, come home, I'll sit down to eat, the pager will go off. This is something you have to want to do. It's tough, but you can do it.
In Brunswick County, Madison Morgan, WWAY News Channel 3.
Todd says there are lots of volunteer opportunities available that don't involve fighting fires. For more on that, head to our website, WWAYTV3.com. The Forestry Services says the woods fire that burned thousands of acres in Brunswick County is now contained. Officer Chris Megg says crews will be on the scene for the next 2 to 3 days for cleanup. According to Meggs, 2 hunting cabins were destroyed in the fire, but no other structures were harmed and no one was hurt. Meggs says the cause of the fire has not been determined and is still under investigation. In the courtroom, the trial continues for the former police officer accused of killing a Brunswick County teen. The other officers on scene of that Southport shooting testified today.
2 law enforcement officials who were present for the shooting death of Keith Vidal took the stand today, but there were some contradictions in their testimony. Boiling Spring Lakes Police Corporal John Thomas and Deputy Samantha Lewis Chavis each testified about what happened that day at Vidal's home. Thomas described a struggle with Vidal, who was armed with a screwdriver identified as a potentially dangerous weapon in the courtroom. Chavis says she never remembered seeing Thomas on the ground with Vidal. There was also conflicting information about whether Southport officer Brian Vassy said something along the lines of, "I don't have time for this. We either tase him or subdue him." Chavis said he said it while Thomas disagreed. Chavis broke down as she described seeing the life leave Vidal's eyes after Vassy shot and killed him. The trial will resume on Friday morning. In Bolivia, Taylor Yakowenko, WWAY News Channel 3.
A New Hanover County woman is facing charges in the death of her 2-month-old baby. Deputies responded to a home in the 6700 block of Carolina Beach Road earlier this month. They say the baby boy died while sleeping in a bed with Candace Nicole Smith. On Tuesday, deputies received the final report from the medical examiner's office and say the report indicated negligence. Smith was arrested and charged with involuntary manslaughter. She is in jail under a $250,000 bond. Bladen County deputies say 2 men are facing charges in a murder investigation. Deputies say around 9 this morning in Clarkton, Brian Bellamy died from a gunshot wound to the head. Witnesses told deputies a car pulled up, called out for the victim, and then shot him. Deputies say the suspects, 24-year-old Christopher Smith and 38-year-old Haywood Lewis, turned themselves in around 11 and are now charged with first-degree murder. A Brunswick County Commission candidate is claiming another candidate does not live in the district.
It is your voice, your vote. Board Director Sarah Knotts says candidate Alan Lewis submitted a protest claiming candidate Louis Lewis does not live in District 4. The Brunswick County Board of Elections will hold a full hearing on the candidate's protest. This hearing will be held Wednesday, May 4th at 9 a.m.
Donald Trump says he believes transgender people should be able to use whichever bathroom they choose. Speaking at a town hall event this morning, the Republican candidate for president said North Carolina's so-called bathroom law has caused unnecessary strife. Trump added that if Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower, she could use whichever bathroom she wanted.
In case you missed it, check out this video of wranglers trying to move a popular Brunswick County alligator to a safer place. We're told the gator in front of the Leland Walmart is now in Pender County, but obviously he's not the only one in our area, and that's for sure.
Yes, Daniel, gator sightings aren't unusual in Brunswick County, but one Shallotte community is seeing more and more gators just hanging out in their backyards. Ellen Giegik's home is right on a lake in Shallotte, and she says she has seen up to 9 alligators at one time on her land. She says she doesn't mind them, but the population is growing and threatening other wildlife in the area.
We do love all the wildlife. That's one of the things that attract us and, that we love. We're always taking pictures of them and everything, but it's just, we're just becoming concerned. Our neighbors are all becoming concerned.
Giegik says they would like some of the gators to be moved to a different area. Coming up at 11, we will tell you what a wildlife expert says about how they deal with situations like these.
Those are some big boys right there. Okay, for Throwback Thursday this week, we're looking at one of the most historic buildings, not just in Wilmington and not just in North Carolina, but the entire country. Wilmington's City Hall shares a home with Thalian Hall. Built in 1858, it's gone through a number of renovations, and that includes those seen in these photos in the early 1940s. A citizens committee planned the renovation, and the whole community worked together to bring the theater back to its former grandeur. When it reopened to the public, folks got a 2-for-1 showing of the plays Box and Cox and The Romances. A community comes together for a firefighter who lost his home. Coming up next, the family speaks about the support they've received.
And later, the world mourns the loss of a music icon. Locals speak about Prince's impact.
You're watching WWAY NewsChannel 3 at 6 with Daniel, Mackenzie, Scott with weather, and John with sports. Chief Meteorologist Scott Dean with your Storm Track 3 forecast.
All right, we take a look at a shot overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, as you can see right there, and it's a very pretty shot from Frying Pan Light Towers. We have a little bit of a chop on the ocean there, a few white caps as well, but also some clouds, as you're seeing, as we've had a few showers pushing across the coastal waters. We've had also a few showers inland as well. In fact, as you can see on the neighborhood network, some areas picking up under 1/10 of an inch of rain. One exception, Elizabethtown Airport picked up just over 1/10 of an inch of rain with some of those showers. They weren't too terribly heavy, and we could use more rain because we still have some smoke particles in the air from that smoldering fire, a couple of fires in Brunswick County around Bolivia. And the air quality alert has been expanded to include New Hanover County, and this is in effect all the way through tomorrow night, ending at midnight. So if you're one of those folks that's sensitive to poor air quality, you might want to limit your time outside. Hopefully this situation will improve, and I do think it will, because we have increasing chances for rain over the next 24 to 48 hours. As you can see here, the showers are pretty much over with over the last 3 hours. There's that batch of showers pushing through Columbus and Bladen County. As we look at our pinpoint futurecast model for rest of the evening, it picks up on that one shower up in Duplin County. And you can see over the next couple of hours, most if not all will be dry. Temperatures will stay quite mild, as will be only in the upper 60s as we go into the 9 to 11 o'clock hour with variable amounts of clouds. We'll talk about those rain chances and how it could affect your weekend coming up in just a bit. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Scott. Donations are rolling in for an Onslow County firefighter who lost his own home in a fire earlier this week.
It happened Tuesday afternoon just outside of Jacksonville. The home was a total loss. The fire chief for the Half Moon Volunteer Fire Department says Robert Moncrief was building a shed outside of the home when he realized his house was on fire. Moncrief is a firefighter aboard Camp Lejeune and also a Half Moon volunteer firefighter. Since the fire community members have been donating to the family ever since this fire, Moncrief's mother-in-law says she can't thank them enough for all the support.
All these little things added together is making it just a little easier for my children to get on with this.
Moncrief was taken to the hospital and treated for smoke inhalation. He had gone inside his home to try and save his pets. We're told he saved his 2 dogs, but the 2 cats died. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Today, the world mourns the loss of a music icon. Coming up next, the lasting impact Prince left on the music industry.
And we are heading into Bladen County to find out all there is to know about Elizabethtown. Come out and join us tomorrow for the next stop, and This is the Place road trip, presented by Fulford Heating and Cooling. And don't forget to go online to WWAYTV3.com/thisistheplace to enter to win a weekly prize from WWAY and a grand prize from Fulford. Today, the world mourns the loss of a music icon.
Now, Prince was found dead in his home in suburban Minneapolis earlier today. He was 57 years old. Prince's music impacted fans all over the world, and that includes here in the Cape Fear. We spoke to Star News features editor John Staten about the impact that Prince had as an artist.
To me, the great artists are their own person. You know, you hear George Harrison play a note and it sounds like him, and you hear Prince, you know, you hear one line of a song and you know it's Prince, and he was a true artist, and there's no one else like him. There'll never be anyone else like him.
Staten says Prince combined rock, funk, and blues like Elvis of the 21st century. For more information about Prince and the full story about the time Staten heard him play in Raleigh, head over to our website, WWAYTV3.com.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Scott Dean with your Storm Track 3 forecast.
And we've seen some sunshine peeking through those clouds. A beautiful shot looking from our weather cam, Storm Track 3 weather cam over the Cape Fear River. And you can see the traffic moving just nicely across the northeast Cape Fear River as we look off towards the west. We are going to see those clouds gradually increase. And you can see Storm Track 3 radar is all quiet right now. We had some showers earlier on, but those have now pushed up into Duplin County over towards the Rose Hill area just north of Wallace. And you can see that they are continuing to move off towards the east-northeast. One little area showers down in South Carolina. It remains to be seen whether they hold together. Looks like they, for the most part, will stay out of our viewing area. Looking at a temperature of 71 degrees right now with a dew point that's come up a little bit more moisture because we have those winds coming out of the south-southeast bringing in some of that Atlantic moisture at 10 miles an hour, and temperatures are very, very pleasant. Looking at some 70s, even a few upper 60s. Southport over towards Elizabethtown, you had some showers earlier in your area. You're holding at that 69-degree temperature. As you can see, that one little batch of showers forming in the inland areas and now moving up to the north and east. And I have to say the models did a very good job of picking up on those showers. See this rotation right here, swirl? That's the area low pressure moving through Iowa into Illinois with a trailing cold front and a broad area of southerly winds opening up the Gulf of Mexico for business with a lot of moisture streaming into the Tennessee Valley and the Mississippi Valley all the way into the Ohio Valley. Now, what we're going to be seeing is this high off the coast, a southerly flow, and also some cold fronts that are basically going to link up as one. And these cold fronts are going to add the lift into the atmosphere and act on that moisture, so it looks like our chances for showers will start to ramp up as we go through tomorrow, especially tomorrow night. And then as we go into Saturday, there are signs that as the front pushes through, the air aloft will be cold enough that as we get some sunshine, it'll make the atmosphere unstable, and that could spawn some more scattered showers during the afternoon. Now, Saturday does not look like a washout, but I can't rule out that there may be a passing shower across the area, which we'll show you in just a second. Now, as we look at tomorrow morning, our model doesn't have any rain in our area. I'm not going to totally rule out a scattered shower across the region, but it looks like the showers will become more numerous during the afternoon into the evening, and then they start to push out of the area Saturday morning. But watch what happens during the afternoon with a little bit of instability. We could see a few more showers pushing down from the north, and then after that, smooth sailing as we head into Sunday. So let's take a look at your forecast for tonight. Temperature staying mild in the low 60s, partly to mostly cloudy, perhaps an evening shower, but for the most part, looks like those have ended. Highs tomorrow will make it into the upper 70s, mostly cloudy, and just watch out for some of those showers, perhaps a thunder shower mixed in as well. And it looks like there will be at least a few showers at times on Saturday, otherwise mostly cloudy. But after that, guys, look at that, 77, sunny on Sunday, and back into the 80s next week.
Nice.
Yeah, folks are going to be heading to the coast,
yes,
the beaches.
And we've got plenty of it.
Yes, we do. For everyone.
Thanks. Yeah. The Cape Fear Community College students get creative and show off their talents. Coming up next, we check out the electric bikes they made.
Plus, coloring isn't just for kids anymore. Stick around for the Coloring for the Calm event. Cape Fear Community College mechanical engineering technology students displayed their custom-built electronic bikes today.
Check out their creations. Really cool stuff here. Their teachers say the bikes are researched, designed, and built as part of a 2-semester course. The students have a budget and a hard deadline to complete this project.
What we try to do is really prepare these students to walk out and get an entry-level job at some design firm or technical company where they can start contributing right away, where they know what it takes to make a project and how to get things done.
Hendrickson adds that the projects are cost-effective and a great way to give the students that hands-on experience.
Check this out. Coloring isn't just for kids. Adults can get in on the fun, too. The New Hanover County Public Library hosted a Color for Calm event today at their Northeast location. Participants say it's a great way to relax and come together with friends.
I think a lot of people grew up coloring and, love that artistic element of it, but maybe don't get a chance to do it at their job, or life gets too busy and they don't think about that. But this is a way to kind of just focus on something without too much stress around.
The library hosts adult coloring events once a week on Thursday afternoons.
So the weekend is almost here.
Yes, coming up next, Godine has an update to your weekend forecast.
Well, it looks like our chances for rain will start to go up tomorrow, especially afternoon into tomorrow night. It doesn't mean it's going to be a washout with the rain every hour of the day, but the chance for rain will start to go up. And that's good news for some of the gardeners out there, as it's been a little bit dry, especially for some of the fires in Brunswick County. The rain could linger into portions of Saturday, but right now that does not look like a washout either. But Sunday looking fantastic with lots of sunshine, and get ready for the 80s. They're going to make a return starting next week, guys.
Yes.
They may stick around, too.
All right. Well, summer just kind of moseys on in, pushes spring out the way.
Yeah, let's just not have the 90s. We don't need that quite yet.
I'll take all of it. All right, check this out, guys. A pair of giant pandas made their public debut in South Korea today.
Yeah, Al Bao and Lei Bao arrived from China last month. It's always cool to see panda bears, right?
Yes.
Visitors watched the pair eating, sleeping, climbing trees. The pandas are on loan from China and had a month to adjust before their debut. I don't know if that's Al or
Looks like a
Lei.
I want to be a professional panda hugger.
It's
a real thing.
It's a real thing, you know. They're totally adorable.
They're like giant teddy bears. They look so fuzzy.
So soft. Oh. Hey guys, that's going to do it for us at 6. But you know where you can find us again for all your local news, weather, and sports. That is WWAY News Channel 3 at 11.